stories to the light. Deaths arrive with chilling claim, whispering the ghostly name. Hear the tales for all to see. Spirited chats eternally.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Leaffoot. I see you're already here. I didn't see the text you sent, but I did see that you sent one. I see that it's got a YouTube link. Good morning, Phoenix. I hope you're doing well. You're up kind of late. The weather's kind of a little crazy, so I'm going to be paying a little closer attention to the road today than normal. My car says it's 34 degrees and we got snow. But I don't think you guys can see it very well, so it is what it is. This weather was crazy yesterday. I'm sorry you have anxiety. Hopefully it's something that's short-lived, or at least short-lived for today. I know anxiety don't ever truly go away for a lot of people. So, but hopefully it settles down a bit for you. And I know normally you're up and awake before, when you're watching this, and then you go to bed after so long. Normally. At least I believe that's what happens. But so I'm trying to get my mind working. So I don't have a true answer to today's topic, though it's an important one. I know what we do, but to just tell people about it is a little bit harder than being able to deal with it. And that's attachments. So once again, you don't have to be on a team. Once again, you don't even have to be ghost hunting. To be honest with you, you don't even have to be looking for it. Sometimes you're just at the wrong place at the wrong time, or the right place at the wrong time. Thank you for giving that shout out there. Hit the like button and all that. Thank you very much. Sometimes you're just in the wrong spot at the wrong time, at a friend's place, at a business, and for some reason, something attaches itself. Some ghost, some entity, some whatever attaches. Usually when it's attachment, it's not for the better. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say, "Oh, hey, I was over at Bob's last night, and what do you know? That cute little ghost that everybody likes decided to come home with me." I don't think I've ever heard of anybody saying anything along those lines before. So then you have to, like I said, you're not even ghost hunting you. You have no clue what to do because, well, you're not about that life. You're just trying to live life the best way you can. And sorry guys, I was looking, it's a little chilly, so I'm turning on the heat. and so like I said, you're not even part of that lifestyle. So Or, of course, the other ways you are going with your friends on the weekend somewhere, you are in ghost hunting, paranormal investigations. So either way. So what we would do for ourselves is we have our spiritual advisor who's a retired pastor, and he would come and handle things for us. He agreed a long time ago that him and his wife agreed a long time ago that they would have a moment's notice. Um, and we let them know that we're on a case and such. And they'd come, and they have came and helped us out of a couple situations. So, and the nice thing, at first I was a little guarded and jealous when first time he went off with another group and um, helped them out. And, you know, the human side of me came out and was like, what do you mean you want us to do a different group? You're a part of our group. You agreed to help us. And he stated, because I don't know if I know I didn't say it like that. I'm a little bit more diplomatic, and the more upset I am, the more angrier I am. The odds are I'm going to become more diplomatic and more hopefully cunning in what I say. But anyways, and he said that, you know, no matter what, he's going to be there to help whoever is in need. And it wasn't just because it was another group. It's his view is he'll help whoever. And so I still was had that little green monster on my shoulder for a day or so. And then words finally settled on me what he said. And yes, I agree. And anybody that he can help, he will help. And if anybody needs help, I could get you the information for him. I don't know how far he'll travel, if at all, but he will. I don't see why he wouldn't chat with you on Facebook or something. But anyways, that's how we would handle it. And then, so I recommend, if you're not, you know, of course, if you're a religious person, talk to your pastor, your spiritual advisor. If you're not, speak to, you know, reach out to anybody that's Native American in your community. Anybody that's, well, you know, that practices Wicca probably should be able to help. You know, anything that gets you on the steps needed to get rid of that negative energy. I personally believe, outside of God, if you go into these other areas, I personally believe it's the energy that you're putting out. They're there to help clean the bad energy, the bad juju, and leave you with like a empty vessel, like an empty room, empty house, empty surroundings. And your job after that point is to take claim back to your life, and take ownership back to your life, and start filling up your house with the positive energy that you can, and start filling up your life with the positive energy that you can. I don't care if it's crystals. I don't care if it's a spatula that you're walking around your house with. It's not the item that's getting you the results. It's your energy that you're putting into that item and putting forth into the house and such. I always tell people to, once they have their cleansing and such, once they do what they need to do, this guy okay? Hold on, guys.
You're good. I just let you go by.
Okay, thank you. I didn't think I was that aggressive on him, but maybe. Anyways, sorry about that, guys. I do my best to check on people when they just suddenly stop. Make sure everybody's okay. Never know what's going on with something. But so where was I? Oh, so yeah, I tell people they have their cleansing. They need to take their lives back. And I'm kind of recanting through my mind what I was saying. And then I tell people to go into each room of your house and visualize a flood of white, pure energy coming into the room and lighten up the whole room. Sometimes, yes, you have to do it with lights and such to help you visualize it. But you go into each room in your house every day, just filling it up. If it helps you to speak it, you speak it. You go and you fill up that space with the brightness that you can of love, energy, and all that. Just pump your house full of all that energy. And you fill it up, and you imagine that same light around you, and picture it as bright as you can, and that visually, mentally see whatever entity that you feel attached itself to you. You mentally see it recoil from how bright this light is and how much it is away from. You know what I'm saying? So and you do that every day, sometimes hours, and sometimes. And don't get me wrong, if it's truly a bad entity, it will do things to make you think that it's not working. It will knock your cup off the counter. It will knock on the walls. It will slam doors. It will do whatever it can to scare you and say, oh my God, this isn't working. This isn't working. I must be doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. This is not right. This ain't working. This is going crazy. This ain't going to work. Don't believe it. The more they act up and the more it gets crazy, the more it's working. I do recommend if it starts lashing out to you, even if you are a paranormal investigator, get a different group in, get some spiritual advisor, go to your local church, whatever. Because it might be a little more than just dark entity. But wow, the snow's getting crazy. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that could be a totally different situation there, though. But these are the steps that I tell people to take. Like I said, I don't care if it's sage. I don't care if it's crystals. I don't care if it's your dog's chew toy. If it helps you focus, if it helps you put your energy into it, it works. It helps. So you might look a little silly walking around with a chew toy, saying, by the power of the chew toy, I banish you. Sorry. Thank you. I'm doing my best. I slowed down. I just kidding with that chew toy part. Not that I'm kidding that you can use it, because it's really about the energy you put in. Think about crystals. Crystals you put the energy into. Crystals are all about energy. You fill a crystal up with bad energy, it's gonna just resonate with bad energy. So they are a little more of a natural absorber. of energies. Plastics and such, not so much. But you guys get my point. You're smart people. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I just lost my train of thought. But you're smart people. You know what I'm trying to say. Um, that's the best I could say. Um, without, if you start getting into demonic situations, well, yes, what I say will work to a degree. Um, it's a different type of situation um, with demonic forces, which a lot of darker energy, bad spirits, those that don't want to cross over, getting scared. Those kind of spirits can be tough, but they're not demonic. Demonic is very, very rare. It doesn't happen all the time. It's not. There's not a demon behind every doorknob, as Dale would like to say. And but when you come across one, they operate differently. From what I understand, I'm not a demonologist. I don't study a lot. These are just things I picked up over the years. I do know that they work differently. I do highly recommend, if you get to the point where you truly believe that is, get another team or talk to your church if you go to church. If you don't go to church, then start reaching out to local churches. I don't personally believe Sage is going to take care of that big of a heavy hitter. And they are to the point where they will try to trick you into thinking that you did do good, that you are getting rid of stuff, and that what you're doing is working. So then they let you have that fresh air almost, like all of a sudden you just kind of gulp and you're getting that little bit of a break and you're like, oh yeah, okay. And then they hit you hard because they're trying to break your spirit. They're trying to make you feel like you have no hope, not just a little scared. They want you to feel like you have absolutely no hope and control of your life. So be careful when you come across those, because I pray that nobody comes across those, because they don't just easily let go. They are now. Don't get me wrong. They're not absolute. They're not. Once you have them, you never get rid of them. They're not that powerful. So there's ways, but it's more than just a crystal. It's more than just sage. It's more than just me shouting in the middle of the night, I control this house. Yes, that helps. Yes, it slows things down, but it's not the stop all that there can be. So there's signs of demonic presence, and it's not spitting up split pea soup. You're not gonna be spinning your head. Now watch, I'm gonna get a demon involved in my life, and out of sarcastic, they're gonna make me spit up pea soup. But no, I shouldn't say stuff like that. speaking it into existence. Anyways, there is signs, and right at this moment, I apologize. They're not coming to me so easily. Probably because it's 3:54 in the morning. Yeah, watch these exits. They get slippery. Freaking middle of April, where it's snowing. But that's my views on attachments. Maybe I'll research a little bit to put together a little more answer on the whole demonic knowing the signs and such. Maybe that's another episode of where I invite Dale back on my show as to maybe even talk about entities and such. I know I don't mind having a guest on a couple times. This would make Dale like the fourth or fifth time, but that's because every time he's on, he has valid points. He does well on getting them across, and they are very helpful to those that need it because he just has that presence. So maybe I'll talk to him about doing a show, live sit down again, specifically for attachments and demonic stuff. Like I said, if you need to get a hold of me, and I will pass your information on to him. If you give me a little details about what's going on, I will give that to him as well. And I cannot force him to reach out to you. I can't do that, and I wouldn't do that. But I will promise you, I will get your information to him if the need is there. And I don't make that choice of the need. Only choice I make is if you get a hold of me and say, I need a dozen Dunkin' Donuts. Well, sorry, call Uber. If I could feed the world, I would. If I could teach the world, sing in perfect harmony, and have a Coke, I would. Anyways, guys, it's almost time to get that coffee. I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. I hope what I said gave you some answers, some insights, some views. I don't claim to be an expert, but this is stuff that I tell people if they ask me, and this is what I truly believe. Right or wrong, this is my belief. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an expert. My only training is the years I put into investigating and hearing stuff and reading stuff. That's all I can say is that's my training. Thank you. I don't know if you're going to go live today, but I think you kept missing my messages yesterday. Was you were asking me to come live, I believe, and a lot of times throughout the morning, I'll have my phone on and plugged into the bus radio, and I'll listen. So I really can't come out to the live shows because I'm working. But really appreciate you guys stopping in. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. And, well, yeah, that's probably a good thing. Sleep is good for the soul. Definitely good for the soul. So you guys have a wonderful day. And as always, stay spooky, my friends.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for stopping down and appreciate the visit. Now get the hell off of my porch. We'll see you the next time. Come on back.